How many of you have ever applied for a job? This is almost everyone. How many of you during the hiring and recruitment process felt like your resume was lacking in some way? Maybe if you had one extra thing, you may have gotten the job or beat someone else out for the job. This is a lot of people as well. My name is Carrie Kalinowski. I'm a senior civil and environmental engineering major on the transportation and project management track, and I'm here to talk to you today about how the University of Maryland can better the engineering education process. Maryland is a fantastic engineering school. No one will doubt you on that, but there's always room for improvement. I'm here to propose today that the University of Maryland create a co-op program for all transportation engineering students between the University of Maryland, the State Highway Administration of Maryland, and the Maryland Department of Transportation. This is a typical resume for an engineering student, as internship experience, some tutoring and peer mentoring, as well as clubs and activities. But this resume is just typical. It doesn't help the students stand out or make them apart from the crowd in any way. While your resume is not the most important thing, it is important. Today, I'm going to talk to you about 3 ways, besides improving a student's resume, that this co-op program would be beneficial. These 3 ways are that it would help students use what they're learning in classrooms in real-world scenarios. It would create a mutually beneficial relationship between the University of Maryland, the State Highway Administration, and the Department of Transportation. And third, it would make the University of Maryland more appealing to students applying to colleges. So first, it would help students apply what they learn in a classroom setting. People and adults can tell you that the classroom is not real life. In a classroom, you learn things in perfect scenarios, in textbook scenarios, and this doesn't always perfectly apply to a real-world scenario. This program would allow students to have experience adapting what they've learned to a real scenario. This is extremely valuable because when a student has a real full-time job, they need to learn how to adapt. A lot of people would argue that Capstone gives students this opportunity, and they're right. Capstone is a real-life project that a group of senior students works on, but only seniors take Capstone. This allows for a huge gap when students can be working on different projects. They're just in classes learning things. I think it would be more beneficial for the students to take what they've learned and apply it in a real job setting. Second would be the mutually beneficial relationship between the University of Maryland and the departments involved. First, for the departments involved, it would bring in new ideas to the company. A lot of times companies do things a certain way because that's the way it's always been done. This would allow fresh faces and fresh ideas to come into the company. It would also allow the company to hire future employees. If they have someone come into the co-op program and they think they'd be really valuable to their company, they can hire them on the spot. It would also create a lasting relationship between the University of Maryland and these departments at the state of Maryland. A lot of the projects that they work on are in and around the University of Maryland area, so this would be a very beneficial relationship. The third reason is it makes the University of Maryland more appealing to high school seniors. When you were a high school senior, what was the most exciting thing to you? For me, it was getting into the real world. So this would allow students to have real world experience, and this is exactly what high school seniors are looking for when they're applying to colleges. They want to get out of their houses and under their parents, and this would allow students to do this. The students would have the opportunity to apply everything they're learning in school from the moment they set on campus, and this is such a valuable experience. So, to conclude, this would improve students' resumes while also allowing them to use the tools that they've learned in class and apply it to a real-world setting. It would create a mutually beneficial relationship between the University of Maryland and the departments at the State Highway Administration and the Department of Transportation, and it would make the University of Maryland more appealing to high school seniors when they're applying to colleges. These are the three main reasons that I think the University of Maryland should implement a co-op program with the State Highway Administration and the Department of Transportation. Thank you for your time and consideration today. I would gladly accept any comments or questions.